We are live! Welcome to Full Tilt 3, the finale! We are joined by Breezy J and Rizza. We will have Sen versus Bathy, and that winner will verse the top dog in apples. Hello.
Yo, how we going?
Hello, thank you, Rosh. Could be a very entertaining evening of Rocket League. The final of Full Tilt usually is quite an enjoyable experience. How are we, gents?
Very well.
Mate. Yeah, let's go. Let's full send. We should have a good crowd here as well. We've got Zora, Bent, Snob, Rusty, few people in. The original Amish lad. Welcome. You're the first chat. So interesting one.
How are you viewing this stream, bro? He's got like some hamster wheel thing going on.
Christ. Casper.
iPhone Timber.
Yeah, he's on hiatus from the life.
I don't have any of these players on my friends list. Yeah, this is danger. Help! I don't have anyone.
For the sub-fence as well, my man. Thank you so much. Well, RLO, welcome as well. Bot Blobby, welcome as well. How are we? Let me invite the players real quick. Yeah, so for those that don't know or haven't been following, we are into the final 2 matches of Full Tilt 3. So many players have come and gone. What is it, like 30-something players, I think, this time around have been and gone through the event. We are down to the final 3. Bathy will continue where he left off last night, taking down McCloudy. And then Wolftic, bit of an upset there. He will face Sen first up tonight. The winner will face off against one of the highest ranked players in Oceania. Did spend some time at that number 1 spot last season. Apples on Anxiety awaits the winner. And after those 2 best of 5s, we'll conclude Full Tilt number 3. Can't wait.
Yes, it's may have overrun by a couple of weeks, but such as it is with community events with player availability. Nevertheless, we've got here, gentlemen. We're here finally.
Yes,
should be interesting.
It's gonna be excellent. I'm really excited to see. I'm really excited to see Bathy and Sen as well as Apples tonight. I haven't seen Sen at all, although after some investigation, there's a bit of hype around Sen because I'm really excited to see how that goes. We've seen Bathy over the last few nights. I know you've mentioned it. Riz in his performance has been incredible, so it's gonna be good.
We're rocking OCE. Yeah, the scripts just seem to write themselves in these events, don't they, Breezy? I think you've been here for all 3 of them now. We saw last night Keckles was replaced by Bathy late in the event. It was actually Bathy was a player that Wolftic recommended to replace Keckles and ended up beating Wolftic. Wolftic forfeiting in game number 5. Bathy will continue. Sen was a player we didn't know a lot about, but last night during the games we were informed that Sen may not grind the game as much anymore, but used to be an absolute powerhouse of the scene in Oceania. Early free play. And looking back at his tracker, that is confirmed. He would have spent much time in the number 1 spot in the region, I would fancy, through seasons 3, 4, 5, and 6, as he hit the mid-1500s in MMR in the game mode. It'll be interesting to see what he brings to the table tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really excited to see him play. I've had the pleasure of playing with him for a little bit in earlier weeks, and he seemed very good, especially for someone who is someone who doesn't play the game that much, who was probably coming in a little bit cold with other life commitments. He was still looked head and shoulders above some of the players we were playing against in the lobbies we were playing. So yeah, it'd be exciting to see him. I caught a little bit of Bathy last night. Looked very dangerous. Just looked really efficient as well with his movement. You know, just that extra level of efficiency that you get out of these high-ranked players that make them so dangerous. And obviously, like we said, Apples, who we're a little more familiar with, is an exceedingly dangerous player who's on the up and up, isn't he? He's on the rise, is Apples. I honestly didn't know the name a few seasons ago, and I don't really know how, to be honest, because he's absolutely dominated.
Yes, yes, certainly. Apples and Anxiety was one of the finalists, as it ended up being last time. Full Tilt number 2 actually lost to Nasty in the end, took him down in one best of 5, and then lost the following 2 best of 5s. Yes, the final of Full Tilt 2 was an interesting one. But Apples, like we said earlier, has taken the number 1 spot in OCE a couple of times last season. Should be ready to go tonight to face whoever comes his way. It's been interesting the way it sort of panned out. We've seen a lot of players come and go. We saw a lot of mech early in the elite group. We saw Matthew, we saw Nasty, we saw Lawsy all come and go, all taking to mech as their top priority. But as we get further and further into the elite group, we're seeing a bit of a blend, aren't we, between the two styles? Bit of brain, bit of mech. Definitely part of the recipe to go a long way here.
Yeah, it's probably expected. It's like we said, you're going to get a little bit of a mix. We sort of like you said, Lawsy very heavily reliant on mech, and we had some interesting matchups earlier, obviously with McLeody and then Lawsy and Nasty taking complete opposite approaches to the game. But yeah, it was inevitable. If you get to that high spot in the region where you're going to get a blend of both, you're going to get them showing the best of both worlds. Whether it's aerial plays or ground dribbles, they're just going to be as efficient as possible with both plays, and they're going to be capable of producing good plays with both of them.
Apples in the chat. Welcome. What do we reckon? I think the players are ready, Rush. What do we think? Should we get stuck into
Everyone is ready. I'm thinking the sound alerts aren't working. That's what I'm thinking. Oops. Well, swells. Small world. Thank you all for the follows as well. I was seeing them pop up. Although, yeah, there's something. Oh no, are they working? I can see the sounds come up.
I don't know. I have the stream muted, even though I have it up.
They work.
They work. Frog says they work. That's all right. As long as they work for you guys.
Yeah, so long as they work for you, that's all that matters. 100%. Thank you for the resubs, Cliffs. Thank you, Miss B. Thank you, Frog. Well, Ro, thank you for the tests. Best of luck to the competitors tonight in Bathy and Sen. Super exciting stuff. Riz and Breezy gave you a little bit of a joint history lesson there, including some of their thoughts. I hope you all enjoyed that. Plenty more to come. Full Tilt 3 finale will begin.
Yeah. What do you mean, Zora? Don't forsake you. What are you talking about?
We'll see such a sweat. Good luck to you. You do what you gotta do, right? You do what you gotta do.
Well, we were talking to Wolf, I think, prior to this, and even he said, as confident as a player he is, you know, one of these lads, nah, I'll take him down. Even he said he didn't fancy his chances against Apples, and certainly the Apples of last season.
Well, we're into it. Our first time seeing Sen. Bathy returns from his triumph last night. Starts us off, flip reset, Sen challenges early. Both players draw even from the first play.
Yeah,
what are we
pretty high octane from the start, isn't it? Like both players running around the field like mad people. Sen, though, really good challenge early. Again, we saw, from what I saw of him, he was very efficient. He was very quick around the field, but with purpose. Like, not just playing fast for the sake of it. He was very confident. He just, if he saw the opportunity, he's gonna go for it. Like we saw there, he just saw a little opportunity for a beat in the corner. Typically, you don't go for beats in your own corner, but Sen saw the opening and took it. Oh, really good play from Bathy, though. He knew he had boost advantage, and he's just put that a little wide. It's a really good save as well. I don't think he was in, actually. From my angle, it looked like he was going off the post.
Yeah, those wagon wheels are the worst. I'm glad someone said something. I'm really, really glad. Although we do see this clash of giants here, Sen will find that corner boost and begin the extremely tight angle. Bathy able to send it. 0 beans in the tank. He's going to be looking for these pads. Grabs just enough. Is that on target? I think it is. Bathy to equalize at 3 minutes 51.
And maybe a little bit of just a cold movement there from Sen. Up until that point, he actually mounted a really good defense, didn't he? Moments ago in a tough spot that he was in. But a little bit of a misinput there has cost him his first one. I think Zella had the wagon wheels on as well in that horror show of the Zella run.
He probably did. And the cackling boost.
Yeah.
Crippling that car. Shocking.
Oh, Bathy gave no respect to the fact that Sen was going to go for that ball. He called his bluff completely there, didn't he?
Oh yeah, Sen
I'm not sure what he was
absolutely
looking for.
sped through it.
Terrible fake in the end from Bathy. Sen was never going to miss out there. Takes the lead early. We got the dual wielding anodized pearl Phoenix. You know the sweats are out. Sen takes his kickoff as well. Another strange input from Sen. Manages to keep control of the ball, go wide. He's got a little bit of boost saved up. He'll have to execute this well. He'll be in a horrible position. Well done by Bathy to challenge. Ball will end up in the corner. Relinquishes possession here. Has he? Sen with a good save, diving across the face of goal.
Yeah, really good save there from Sen on the back foot, and he's done well to actually put that back down and catch it. Sen faked the high shot with the air dribble and decided pop it low here, just took the extra touch from the double jump, got it back under control, cuts the ball inwards. Sen leads by 2.
3 minutes remaining here. Will Bathy be able to bring it in? To bring it back? There's a lot of time on that clock. We will see what will transpire. Sen is an incredibly powerful unit. Super impressive work coming from Sen. Just putting himself in the greatest spots to do the most damage. I think we're going to see something. Sen levitates in front of the ball, not letting Bathy jump. I need to see the third person perspective here. Yes, Sen blocks Bathy's. That was so smart done by Sen. Because of Sen's positioning, Bathy could not jump to get to that ball. A man after your own heart, Riz. We're seeing a lot of these aerial blocking plays, especially since Riz was calling out for them for a majority of this tournament.
Yeah, it took all the way until Bathy to really see them, didn't it? And he applied them
right.
well. He scored his second. He stays close. 2 goals adrift. Sen started really well. Bathy remains relevant in the contest.
Yeah, it does seem
touch from Sen.
Sorry, it does seem like bumps and demos have been an afterthought for a lot of the tournament. We've only seen players really turn to them, potentially in frustration out of losing a few games. Obviously, I wasn't here last night, so I didn't see how much they played a part once we got into the later stage of the elite group. I'm guessing there were a lot more on offer the previous night.
Yeah, there certainly was. We saw a lot of air dribble bumps come out as well. They were all effective as well. I don't remember any of those air dribble bump attempts failing. What a touch it was from Bathy, as you said, Rosh. Great setup. Accelerates through to the backboard. Sen nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, I think Sen faked the jump there. I think he tried to mind game Bathy. He tried to fake the jump and make Bathy potentially panic, potentially try and drop the ball low. So Sen fakes the jump and goes low. Bathy, not having a bar of it though, continues on his trajectory, and it puts Sen in a really awkward spot.
Rimsey, welcome.
A bar of soap, would you say, Brizzy?
Oh god.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, I think that was an attempted eternal shot from Sen. Didn't work out in his favor. There was no pop at the end from it. Players just hanging around, a little bit of a skirmish in the middle here with neither of them wanting to go too quick for the ball. Bathy running low on beans. Sen has the advantage. But Bathy is the one with control. Oh, is so close to getting over the top of Sen.
Going to be Steve. Bathy's in a really good position here. Sen with a good touch out wide. Hanging on to a very narrow lead. It's a low-scoring game, isn't it? From 2 very capable players. Sen will take possession in the corner. He's low on boost and actually loses control of the ball as well. We'll try and take it wide and secure the mid boost, but Bathy is there. Dangerous position now for Sen. Clears it wide, still low on boost. It should still be Bathy's ball. It is. He'll take a touch. Sen just looking to clear the play. He can't quite find a good touch here yet. Falls to Bathy once again. Still dominant position on the play. Sen does finally escape as we tick into the final 30 seconds. Transition
well
into
done,
attack
Sen.
for Sen. Shot
it's
available, goes
tragic.
wide once again. Bathy hangs on. Trade possession. It's just such an intriguing contest at the moment, isn't it, between the players? Bathy with the touch middle. Sen will need a touch. He gets one out wide. Bathy may get one final opportunity. Sen will need to give him the ball to generate it. Here is his chance. It'll be a catch. It'll be a 0-second play. It's not the best touch on the first part of the catch, is it? He'll send it high. Sen on low boost as well. Both players stare each other down.
Oh my!
Bathy will catch. He can't keep control, and Sen will hang on to a narrow victory in game number 1.
Game number 1, we see two cold players just light it up. I'm really excited to see how game number 2 pans out. This is a really tight contest. Bathy was able to bring the scoreline to such a small margin in this game, in the later portions of game number 1.
Yeah, Sen just had a stronger start, didn't he? I think it was 4-1 at one stage, and he looked really good. He looked really capable. Apart from that misplay that cost him his first goal, he mounted a very good defense. He just looked a step ahead. He looked like every time we thought he was putting himself in a bit of a tough position from previous games we'd casted, he got himself out of it a lot of the times. It was only when he was truly out of boost and out of options that Bathy capitalized. But in the end, Bathy did come back in the second half of the game, but it wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, so I'm on the roof. Breezy's like in the middle floor, and Rizza's underground.
I'm on the ground floor. I'm in the pub on the ground floor.
Sorry, I cut you off. Go on.
That's all right. I can hear Riz underneath me.
Oh, really?
Oh my!
Still more.
What kind of party is this? God damn!
It was an interesting contest, that first match, wasn't it? Both players really feeling each other out. We've seen it a fair bit throughout Full Tilt. The first game, extremely tight between the two players, reasonably low scoring. No exception here. 4-3 in favor of Sen. Felt like there were almost no goals scored in the second half of that match as well, but we may see the series open up yet. First goal on the board for Bathy.
Yes, and probably had a little bit better at the kickoffs in the last game. Bathy's definitely had the advantage of the first two of this game, as he tries to just completely out-endure Sen's zero boost defense, and I think he is going to. He is. It didn't look, even at this high rank, didn't he? It looked a little bit nervy in front of the open net, but he does sink it, and Bathy will have an early lead.
He just gets the greatest dunk. Puts himself in such a good spot. Sen, unfortunately, did not have the beans necessary to move that ball in their favor. Although Bathy will be eliminated for their trouble. These wheels are definitely irksome, although they're doing some work. That low profile, ooh, some ground freestyle coming from Sen. You love to see it. Bathy still with a 2-goal lead. Sen trailing behind. Plenty of time on the clock. 4 minutes remaining. Sen doing well to keep that ball away in Bathy's offensive plays.
Sen taking control here. Bathy with the pre-jump. Sen with so many options available.
What a play.
It was always going to be effective, wasn't it, bringing that back to ground?
Yeah, what really impressed me there was Sen's touch, actually. It was light enough that he still didn't hit it into Bathy, because Bathy was kind of realizing what was happening, and he did start to make his way down. But Sen, smart enough to just get a light touch and put the ball underneath him before he could find that downward trajectory.
Just the movement coming from both of these players, Bathy and Sen. excellent movement. Not a lot of wasted moves here. Boost management. There it is.
His equalizer.
You know, Rizzo was playing in Sen's DMs earlier. He's like, more. Give me more.
I taught these guys this move. I taught them everything they know.
Yeah, they were watching the 3v1 against Nasty. A really fair 3v1 with Riz air dribble bumping.
Oh, Nasty.
Oh, what a
save!
Oh, imagine if Bathy gets the pinch though off the net. Unbelievable. It was actually a really good save in the end.
It was a great setup from Sen as well. Got the reset from the ceiling into the second reset into the musty. What a save. Goal line defense strong from both players at the moment. Sen trying to escape through the corner here. Good measured touch into Bathy there, which will alleviate a little bit of that pressure. Still has control of the ball, looking for that turtle again. It's not very effective, but he does draw a 50 afterwards. The race to the boost, the play still really hasn't opened up here, as it's such a tight contest, low scoring contest between these players. Every goal so important at the moment. Sen with a good opportunity here, lands one reset, two, fires with the third, but he's well met by Bathy, who will counter. Can he bring it around? We've seen him be so efficient at these. Once again, Bathy makes no mistake, and he has the lead once again.
Bathy, so consistent with these touches. We've seen this time and time again. Absolute faith in Bathy to sink that. Taking the lead.
Yeah, really good work from Bathy. He's been pretty solid on the defense. I think he's had more goals countering Sen's aerial plays. Sen obviously definitely not afraid to take the ball into the air. Saw 2 attempts at the double reset from Sen, and they were clean shots on target, but Bathy able to save both of them, and I think he actually capitalized on both of them with a goal. One in last game, one in this game. Oh, Sen, a little bit too greedy on this occasion.
Yeah, he had the mid boost as well. He had the mid boost. He secured the mid boost, then drove away from the ball to secure the corner. Bathy's eyes lit up. Found the angle once again. We talked about it a lot last night with Bathy. You give him half an opportunity and he takes a whole one. Sen with a good kickoff. Sen will fire away. A big chance for Bathy to save. He can't quite. He had no boost, and he had any boost, he would have saved it. Good enough from Sen to secure the kickoff goal. It's opening up a little bit now. There was a big pause from goals between the players over the last couple of minutes. We have 7 on the board. Still 2 minutes remaining.
You have to remember as well, Sen was actually going to come into this tournament a lot sooner were it not for his availability issues. It's a little scary, to be honest. Given the way he's played these last 2 games, Bathy does hold the advantage right now. Sen holds the game advantage. Bathy holds the score in the second game.
Yeah, it's a good point you make. It was always going to be interesting seeing him come in as well, knowing, oh, it's a good cut from Bathy. Just absolutely does. Sen cold there. Secures another one, Bathy. It's interesting to see how Sen would perform. Seasons ago, the game probably looked a lot different in this game mode. It's going to be interesting to see if Sen could adapt to the current game. He certainly looks comfortable, doesn't he? Has all the mech available. Bathy's doing well to counter at the moment.
Yeah. Potentially underrated Zora, but underrated with good reason, I feel like, is the reasoning that we use. Again, we get a good player like this who we've never seen play before. We hear stories and third-hand stories of, and we check their RL tracker. And then, in a lot of cases, we get the spanner thrown in the works, like with Turpos, that, he doesn't play the game anymore. And so it's really hard to measure a player like that. But as it turns out, Sen still very much has it.
Oh, the fake.
Oh, he thought it was top corner. Sen was happy to leave it.
Still a goal behind is Sen. Got a lot of boost in the tank for Bathy. The space opens up momentarily. Doesn't actually land the wave dash. Not sure he wanted to in the end. Stays in position, fires at Sen. Sen does well to keep it into the corner, but Bathy gets what he wanted. He gets the boost, and he gets the ball. Sen with a heavy challenge. What will Bathy go for here? Will he go the full feel? He doesn't. He's going to bring it to ground. Sen knows. Well done by Bathy to stay behind the ball. Ready to absorb any challenge that Sen was to throw at him. Will secure this boost. No, he doesn't. Sen eliminates him from the play, will turn on the open net and go for mech dribble and ends up dribbling it straight into Bathy, who steals his boost away. And Sen will be forced to defend for the last 30 seconds.
Use of the chain dash though on the wall though to recover for Sen is something that he's showcased a little bit, hasn't he?
That is for sure. But we're going to see a far banger coming from Bathy, securing their lead. 15 seconds remaining. Does Sen have the confidence to bring this back? It does look like both of these players are definitely not looking to let the other have any ground. Both of them playing very much to win. It may be looking in Bathy's favor. Keeping momentum. Bathy will take game number 2.
Doesn't get the pop he was after, and just unfortunate.
Just trying to warm himself up for the next game, taking it back towards his own net.
Still such an intriguing contest, isn't it, between these two players? I don't know how to read it to this point. There is nothing separating them, is there? Very even contest between the two. They've both come with a very similar game style here.
Yeah, for sure. I think Sen's looking just slightly more mechanical, a little bit more flashy in spots. And Bathy is looking more stable, looking to pick up on Sen's mistakes. If there are any cracks in the mech, Bathy is trying his hardest to get the punish on it. We haven't seen too much mech come out from Bathy yet. Not that he doesn't have the capability. I think he's just not found the time, and he's been scoring a lot of runaway goals from Sen's attempts. Sen obviously looking very fast around the field. Bathy, like I said, more composed from him.
Yeah, just waiting for it to open up. We saw a few kickoff goals as well there, beef up the scoreline a little bit. Really not a free-flowing game. In terms of scoring pressure at this point, every goal is so important. Game number 3 awaits, still none the wiser who will advance to face the final boss in Apples. Sen with the first game. Bathy with the second. Sen secures the kickoff in game number 3. We have options available here, just fires it straight into the line of Bathy. Being a bit of a pest at the moment. He's Sen on this play. He's not going to have much boost to deal with. Gets a heavy touch into the ceiling. Forces Bath's hand a little bit with the way he interacts with the ball here. He's missed out on an important touch. Sen will turn. How much boost does he have? He has enough. He's going to get past and he's going to score. First goal to Sen.
Sen doing really well on the ball control here. I'm a big fan of that maneuver. We saw Bathy pull the same trick in the game last night. A little bit of a reverse Uno special from Sen. Brilliantly done. Bathy gaining possession here in the early doors, giving it away. Although it might have been all part of the plan. Sen looking to start a bounce dribble. Denied by Bathy. Coming very close to the line. Sen securing that 100. Bathy, not a lot of boost in the tank. These maneuvers where these high-level 1v1 players stay close to the plays with very little boost induces anxiety within me at least. But I'm sure it's all part of the plan. There must be a greater strategy at play because it's clearly working out.
Yeah, they're backing the speed around the field, aren't they? Like not afraid to seize any moment, even on low boost, of a weak touch or some kind of a way to stick it back towards their opposition. He says even there, Sen, Bathy looked like he had the air dribble available to him. Sen stayed close though. He was no way did he have more than maybe 12, 15 boosts to his name. But again, like you touched on, Rush, they're very confident in their ability, even on low boost.
Bathy with possession in midfield. Another low-scoring game between the players, isn't it? The in-and-out save from Sen. He disappeared in Bathy's eye line. Went behind the ball. He wasn't sure where he'd gone. It's up arriving and clearing the ball out. Big challenge this. Sen will draw even. It's about as good as he could hope for from that position. The challenge here from Bathy. Big boost race. It goes in favor of Sen. Bathy's going to be real awkward here. Low boost. Sen fakes him out. Collects the ball on the ground, but can't quite get his car at the right angle to secure the goal. We're still locked at 1-0. Nearly half the game gone.
Such an arm wrestle.
It is. It's such a defensive stand from both players. They're just not giving anything away. As I say that,
Shot.
Bathy throws it into the line of Sen. He gets what is a relatively simple goal in the grand scheme of things here and doubles his advantage.
Zorafang, I said what I said.
Clip it. Clip it and ship it.
Help.
Yeah, Bathy a little upset with himself there in quick chat. I think he probably meant to tip that off his bar and off to the side. Instead, just ended up being a fairly easy shot for Sen, but Sen done over by his own exuberance, staying close to the plate. And Bathy, as he has done the last 3 games, or 2.5 games, capitalizes.
Was that an initial shot on target? I'm not sure it was. Sen's first real mistake in game number 3, isn't it? It's finally given one away to Bathy, who transitions pretty comfortably into the other end for his first goal.
See if Bathy can bring it back through Sen. The defensive lines from both of these players are just so tight. It's a wonder that goals are coming through, but Sen will find their third at 2 minutes on the dot. Bathy maintaining a 2-goal deficit here with Sen just absolutely banging them one by one. What will Bathy do to the question that is Sen?
All right, the fake kickoff. It's given Sen advantage though early on. Yeah, it was really good acceleration from Sen off the sidewall. Bathy again probably a little upset with himself that he actually took the finger off the gas for a second, because Sen has definitely shown that if the ball is near him, he's going to challenge it. See here again, Bathy just straying a little bit too close to Sen, goes wide for the boost. Sen was all over it in a flash.
Oh,
Seeing a lot of
Bathy.
opportunities. Sorry, mate.
Go on, mate. Go on.
I was only going to say that we've seen so many opportunities for Sen lately where Bathy's been caught low on boost. Sen's really been able to utilize those opportunities well. Holds a pretty handy advantage here in game number 3 as a result. Beautiful half flip into position here to secure the far corner as well. Sen looking for the full field. Bathy's having none of it, but he can't quite find the target and doesn't put it into a position he can follow for the double either. It's going to be shadow defense over pads for Bathy. Nice challenge into the back wall. You feel he needs to start making inroads now. Doesn't follow it into the air here. Sen does well to shadow. Gets a beautiful little bump ball over into the back corner as well. Again, Bathy looking at a full field edgeable to secure a goal. Nothing coming easy for Bathy at the moment. Sen's really clamped down here in game number 3. One touch into 2, surely reset into shot. It is. Sen
What a
does really
save!
well to save it though. Nothing Bathy can do can break the defense of Sen at the moment. 1 goal to show for his efforts so far. And Bathy is really applying the screws here in the final minute, but just nothing can break through Sen.
Sen's been definitely really good on the defense. We see a missed touch there, though, as we say that. That's where he's been so good at defending off his back line, hasn't he? Where he's given it up is small touches like that, actually in the offensive line. It's been little things like that that have undone Sen. In Bathy's half, in his own half, he's been very much close to perfect.
Last 17 seconds, winding down here. Bathy may have conceded just another as we see Bathy spin around in the turtle position, absolutely kicking themselves.
Yeah, Rocket League said no when he I think he wanted maybe the wave dash or the zap dash off of the corner of the wall there. The game decided against it.
Just left the run a little bit too late, didn't he there? Needed everything to go right from that stage to get back into game number 3. Sen's going to take it. Sen will have double match point in what is effectively the semi-final of Full Tilt. Bathy will have to secure final 2 games back-to-back for an opportunity to continue the run and face off against top of the tree Apples on Anxiety. We see some fancy footwork from Sen, still holding onto the ball. As they exchange position.
Apples is literally sitting in the chat going, come on, bro.
You see Bathy. You see Bathy. Oh, come on.
There was no goal. Tragic pain.
Just a little bit of show and tell from the players for us mere mortals.
Yes. Those plebeians here on the ground.
Yeah, I seen it from Sen. I think he was teaching someone in the chat from me that he does the 360 dribbles, and he likes to just mess around with it a little bit on the ground. We've seen him attempt the ground mech actually a couple of times. And this game reminisced the first one, didn't it, a little bit more again?
Sen's best game. Welcome, Cloudy. Welcome to the chat. Cookie as well. Hope you guys are well. Of course, Cloudy, for those that have been following the tournament with the best run, you would argue, in Full Tilt number 3. Welcome back. Yeah, outstanding performance there from Sen. Looked really powerful there, didn't he? Great game. Finished it off with those fancy footwork 360 dribbles that you talked about. The players discussing them in detail in the party chat that no one can see in the interim screen, but plenty of respect being given.
Just looking at chat. Good on you, Hagrid.
Oh, pain.
Hey, mate, work opportunity. Unfortunately, he's gone now, so you can the young Hagrid spin-off series.
Yeah, look, the skin tone. Look, it might not be apparent, but my skin tone is like 50 shades. Ooh, 50 shades darker than Hagrid's.
We'll find. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Camera effects, too, right?
50 Shades of Hagrid. Now that's a movie I'd watch.
Yes, of course.
Mate, you're already in 50 Shades of Hagrid. Have you seen your background? Dangerous position though. Bathy is the one who holds the advantage for now, but that's a great flick from Sen to put the pressure on Bathy on the recovery, but he hasn't got much boost to his name. It's been a difficult one for him when he's been in this position. Sen finds the equalizer.
Yeah, touched on it last game. Sen's really making the most of the opportunities given when Bathy is low on boost. Bathy's got to be really careful now how he deals with those situations. It's another seriously good kickoff win to Sen here. He'll take it out of the corner. Going for mech. First reset. Second reset. Bathy fakes the challenge. Sen goes high. It's going to be way too high, and Bathy can counter here. This is where he's been the strongest in this tournament. He always finishes these right into the middle of the net. Aimbot engaged. Bathy secures his second.
Bang. Beautifully done. Aimbot engaged. That was out of the Roche playbook. 1-2.
Yeah, it's been a very entertaining mech showing from Sen, but it hasn't yielded too much fruit, has it? It's not where a lot of his goals have come from. Bathy has been very good at defending them. Sen's goals have definitely come more from his extended pressure on Bathy and draining him of boost. And his speed around the map has bagged Sen most of his rewards.
Mech really hasn't been the go-to in the event as a whole, really, has it?
I think it's been a lot more defensible.
I think that having like super mechanical plays, as we've seen as evidence from what we're seeing now, like these players, they don't go too hard on mechanics, because all the players that do always get punished, and we saw a lot of that as we as we witness the matches coming up to this point. High risk mechanical plays, or tricks, as Lawsy likes to say, definitely are the most punishable. And
This is Rocket League!
although they look cool, they won't win you these matches, not against people like this, where efficiency is key.
But yeah, it's interesting you say that, 'cause, like, efficiency is key, because it is what you see from, as we see Sen, though. He does have this one on target, and it is the double reset, but this one was hit with a lot more venom, wasn't it, and a lot more pace. Go to the ceiling, one reset, and then the second one into the shot was hit with a lot more pace. Bathy probably still struggling for boost on his way back. But it's interesting you say that, because if you watch again, if you watch the if you're watching like the salt mine, like the top level players, a lot of them, you know, that level of player, they absolutely don't shy away from mechanical plays. But I think they do a lot of like conditioning in the air. They do. It's a great shot from Sen again. Yeah, they wait to use their flip, and they actually watch their opponent to jump, and have got such good control over the flip that they just flick it over the top of them after they've jumped. It's something that it's like the next thing to learn, the next level up to make those mechanicals plays work.
It looks like we have a winner. Bathy getting harassed by dizzy spells. Unfortunate for Bathy. But Sen was going to walk away the victor of this. We have a FF, although they both plan to play this out.
I know, he says he's gay, he says he's feeling dizzy, and then he says, show me the 360 dribble. Oh my.
Oh, here it is.
Oh no, he's not. He's let it go. He won't be happy with himself here. He does pride himself on this. It was something that was brought up when I was in the chat with him.
If I go into their player view, am I gonna make everyone throw up? Hang on, let's see.
No pressure, Sen. No pressure. There's no one's watching.
Nah. Hell nah, bro.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Oh,
He's
there
got
he
it.
goes. No way. Look at that.
He spins right, says Lawsy. Which way do you spin when you do this, Lawsy?
Oh, he nearly got it too. He nearly got it.
Oh god.
Give him Sen. Yeah. Bathy's gonna try and repeat. It's a good first showing from Sen, isn't it? Really good showing from Sen.
Yeah,
Didn't back away from his game plan early. Still wanted to continue with mech. He was able to clean up the gameplay well enough to make it extremely effective for him.
Yeah, actually very mechanical in the end, as it turns out. We saw the multiple resets. They've only paid dividends in this last game, but we saw that he's super clean and consistent with it. It was just Bathy's defense in the first 3 games that were hampering all of his ability to score using those methods.
Yeah, it's been a good showing from
Great
Bathy.
save, and he gets the save off the post. It would, if they were playing a live game there, that was a goal for sure.
Good showing from Bathy in the event. The first time we've seen Bathy as well. Came in against a rampant McCloudy at the time. Was dealt with comfortably in the end. And then ran into Wolfdick, who would have been heavily fancied in that contest, you'd imagine, amongst most of the high-ranked circles. Which ended up in a game 5, but ended up in a forfeit regardless. Bathy, the victor, came in and faced Sen. Sen very confident to be put anywhere on the bracket in the end, and you can see why. I'm interested to see the following match. Apples and Anxiety is waiting patiently for the winner. I'm interested to see what we get from Apples. We talked about a little bit before the stream, Breezy. Not sure what kind of game style Apples will bring to this.
Yeah,
It should be a good one.
I haven't seen too much of Apple's gameplay other than the Nasty series, which obviously took place 2 seasons ago, potentially. 2 or 3 seasons ago. It's a while ago, so it'll be interesting to see how much he's improved even more so, because he was on that upward trajectory even at that point, wasn't he? So I'm keen to see how much better he's even gotten since then.
Oh, he's going to run a
there
boost.
we go.
Good lord.
GG's. GG's. Well played, Sen.
Yeah,
Apples
really
in
good showing.
next.
Well, we can't accuse them of never touching grass anymore because they've swapped out most of the maps for grass. But nevertheless,
I'll do
It
some
will-
prediction things. Excuse me. Sorry.
yeah, no worries. Yeah,
Ah,
really
breezy.
good though. Really good showing from Bathy. I enjoyed that very much. It was unfortunate that he was kind of forced to recede a little bit due to a little bit of dizziness. But Sen, what a great run from him. He, like we said, happy to be put anywhere on the ladder, and we would have seen him a lot earlier if a different hand had been dealt, and that would have been a scary sight.
That's for sure. Goodbye, prize pool.
Yeah, I can't remember where Sen was originally. I think when the first bracket got released before
was-
we lost some players, I think he was the first elite from
He
memory.
was the first elite. Oh no, Arj was the first elite. Unless that was different in an even earlier stage, but he was
Yeah, that
definitely
was
no
weird
higher
too.
than the second elite.
Yeah, I think the initial one. I think the initial one, Sen might have been the lowest elite player in the whole list. I think Arj moved up when we lost one of the players. Can't remember who it was. Arj ended up moving up, as did Mers and Chris X on that line. So it was there was a time where Sen was coming in as the lowest seed elite. So that would have been a terrifying sight for those that met him down the bottom end.
Yeah, for sure. Be interested to see if Apples and Sen stay in the chat with each other. I have a feeling that might be the case because they are in the VC at the moment together.
Surely
Yeah,
they
and amusing.
sweat it out. Surely they sweat. this.
Champions Field? Yeah, it's got to be on Champions Field, right? I wouldn't even be asking them the question. I'd just be like, Champions Field? Yep, we good? Sweet.
Yeah. Not all of us are basic, all right?
What were we on just then? Was that a new Wasteland version, was it?
Yes, they've grassed up Wasteland and Farmstead.
Copy. Is that what you meant? Copy that.
Yes. Okay, sorry. It's good to know that I hit my target there, hit my mark audience.
We got some clarity regardless.
Fucking crickets.
Cricket, you say? We're talking about the cricket.
Yeah,
Let's
speaking
go.
about cricket.
Yeah, let's talk about that recent series with India.
The World Cup?
No,
World Cup
the
or-
one that just followed that.
Are you talking about that the Big Bash stuff? What do they call that?
No, the
Big-
T
Big Bash
T20.
or-
No, they played a T20
T-
series just
T20,
after
copy.
it, of which India won 3-1.
Oh, okay. You a fan of that, are you?
No, I just found it funny, and they were really revving up the fact that they won that after the World Cup defeat.
As you would. I respect it.
Yeah. Anyway, we have him here, Apples on Anxiety, and he's coming up against a scary-looking Sen from the one showing we've seen of him. We had a little bit of preface from him hanging around the server beforehand, but now we've seen firsthand how dangerous he can be.
We got the ready check from Apples. Once Sen has popped in, we will commence the sweatening.
Switzerland. I wonder if they will split the VC, see Bathy, Sen, and Apples all hanging around in the same VC at the moment. 100% Giga sweat. Call from Rosh demanding the sweat.
I mean, from
demanding
what we've
it.
seen of Apples, he's not like a massive. He certainly has mechanics, no doubt about it, but he's not a massive mechanical player. So I don't think we'll get that same style that we just saw from Sen. I think we'll get a very efficient and fast apples.
Here
I'm
we go.
so excited.
Me too. It's been a long time coming. We've finally reached the top of the tree. We have one of the highest ranked 1v1 players in Oceania in Apples on Anxiety, who will face off against Sen. Sen strikes the first blow.
Yeah.
Picks up where he left off against Bathy.
It's always going to be a kickoff goal, wasn't it? Goal number 1.
Yes.
had to be.
They have split the VC as well, for those that are interested. That's good
They
to
left
see.
the VC. I dropped that. I dropped the, I want the Giga Sweat. I want all the sweat. Oh, Sen finding their second goal. Absolute speed on this one. The correct touches. Just enough speed. Apple's a little bit too low on the wall. Expecting something different. Such a rock, paper, scissors moment. You don't know which way the other will go. And you can only choose one path for your block. 4 minutes 40 remaining.
Yeah, I think definitely Apples did want to get a little bit higher. If he'd have actually done it right, he would have been on the right trajectory. But he unfortunately fell a little bit short of that, and he's yet to draw blood from Sen. Sen definitely having control of this ball early doors. We saw a kickoff goal first, then we saw a kickoff win that directly led to a goal, and since then Sen has had pretty decent control. You see the turtle, this time he does get the pop, but unfortunately couldn't get the subsequent shot on target, and Apples does draw the jump from Sen, and he should score his first.
Gee, it's felt like Apple's just been pinned to the back line the entire game, doesn't it? It's managed to managed to find his first through a counter attack in the end, but Sen just asking so many questions, just firing over and over again on target, forcing Apple's hand. Eventually the final overextension from Sen, good enough for Apples to find his first. Another kickoff win for Sen. It's on target. Apples needs to jump. I think he was just hoping it would miss.
You could see he thought it was going to hit the crossbar. Let's have a look. Let's have a look here. Oh, it dipped. It just went in. It went in on the half volley. Oh my. Apples. Game number 1. I think Sen not being cold coming into this match is definitely going to be working in their favor. Apples apparently is unaffected by that. Regardless, well played.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's been an impressive showing from Sen, but like with the aerial plays again, he's gonna have to be pretty perfect. Apples is going to be the caliber of player Apples comes up against at his rank. He's going to be used to seeing things like this. So it's gonna have to be very perfect from Sen to draw him out that way. Again, where he's been strong has been his unpredictability, but Apples very, as I said, very efficient, just knocks the ball off the wall to himself and bangs it, cutting the grass on the way through.
It's like he saw the play evolving 3 steps ahead there, Apples. When he took the first touch off the wall, he knew exactly where Sen was going, and he had a very good idea of how much time he had to turn that ball on target. Apples has turned what was a decent deficit into a handy lead. This game is swinging quickly in favor of Apples. He's got the last 3 of the contest, and he's got them all in a hurry.
So interesting coming from such a low-scoring game in the last series and moving into this. We're only 3 minutes 30 remaining. We're not far into this game, and the scoreline has just been going up and up and up. Speaking of which, Apples will find a 2-goal lead. Reverse Uno in effect.
Yeah,
So-
really good from Apples. Sorry, mate. It's
Nobu.
So free-flowing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just the speed of it as well. Like we said, Sen's not going to pull any punches with his speed around the map. Apples at the moment is trying to look for mistakes and trying to force Sen off the ball. As we said, Apples will have such a good one's brain, but Sen has probably more of the fluidity and the tricks up his sleeve. It'll be interesting to see which one of these comes out on top, which one of these game styles.
That's for sure. Although it seems like Apples is just finding their way through Sen. It's really it's pretty jarring for me because Sen was such an extremely strong fortress on the defensive line in the previous series. You could see him just save everything over and over and over again. Not a bead of sweat on him. But now Apples has just found the answer to that question. What will Sen do?
Oh, good shot.
Well, just to call back to my own comment. What we've seen from Sen is what we've seen from Apples is he has exploited the fact that I mentioned earlier, the fact that Apples has actually scored a number of turnaround goals where Sen is the one attacking. So from Apples' half, as opposed to Sen being on his own back line, which is where I'd noted that it was where Bathy was scoring a lot of his goals as well.
Ooh. I'm going to be excited there. I thought he was going to actually save that. The miss coming out from Sen. You see the miss input from Apples off the kickoff there where he double jumped past the ball and nearly made it back.
6-5.
A little comeback from Sen here. He's definitely not rolled over after losing the lead that he gained in the early stages of the game. Mech, though, not been the go-to for him just yet. Deciding he didn't have the boost to capitalize on that one. It's a heavy touch from Apples. He's probably not going to be able to turn this around. Realizes that as well himself. This is where Sen can be a little bit tricky, figuring out when to challenge here, because he's shown that he does have the ground mech available to him. Even on low boost, he will be a threat if he's close to the ball, and it looks like he's got it under control.
Oh my. We're all even, but I'll tell you what, Sen has dominated the contest. Apart from maybe 1 minute there, where Apples just scored a flurry of goals. We saw a series of overcommits coming in from Sen. Apples took advantage of every opportunity he was given, but other than that, Sen has really controlled the game. He's tied it up. He's broken the momentum that Apples had through that passage. Another opportunity for himself here. Apples will give him back the ball. Third of a tanker boost to work with. A little bit of mech on show. Apples doesn't know when to challenge. It's very difficult to see from Apples' perspective exactly when Sen is going to strike here. And you can see he just washes off his speed and jumps, and Sen takes full advantage, and the game swings again. It's in favor of Sen all of a sudden.
Absolutely. Just the turnaround to turnaround. Apples waiting to see what Sen will do next. Sen will get the bump off the reset. However, Apples will land beautifully to just boom it downfield. You don't always need fancy footwork. You just need to get the ball into the net. Equalized at 1 minute, 22 remaining.
Sen's shown us he's not going to pull any punches with the mech. Like, even we've shown us multiple time and time again, missed opportunities, and goals scored against him for relying on the mech is not going to stop him from pulling it out. He extends really hard on this, but Apples wins the boost. Sen stays close to the ball, though. Annoyingly for Apples, this is what he does. He's not going to leave the play, even when probably your opponent thinks he should.
Yeah, he knows his limits really well, Sen, doesn't he? Oh, what a save! I'm not sure what he's going to do in retaliation here. Apples fires it straight into Sen. It's the only place he can save it, and he sniped him. We're still locked up at 7 apiece. It should be Apples' ball. Sen, as Breezy's touched on, hangs around, will not relinquish the play, takes the boost in the corner, and will take control of the ball. That is a horrendous touch on, and he's nearly own-goaled it. It's going to be Apples' ball. He'll take possession in the forward half, and Sen forced to retreat. Again, Apples has found Sen the only place he can save it. He has sniped him once again. A couple of massive opportunities for Apples have gone begging. What looked like a slightly frustrated touch there from Apples. Sen commits. Can Apples get around it? He can. And he fires one on target that Sen can't reach. He has the lead at long last.
That rally was cursed. Unbelievable.
Can't
Oh,
believe this
God.
is game one. What a series we have in store for us.
Yeah, massive. Both players throwing hard punches at each other, swinging for the fences. Sen definitely throwing to the nines for the mech plays. Apples trying to capitalize on every single one of Sen's mistakes, and Apples narrowly takes game number one by a goal, even though we were saying that Sen maybe again dominated the control of the ball, and his fluidity in his plays probably looked a little bit cleaner. Apples was able to capitalize on enough Sen mistakes to take the first one.
It feels like such a fitting finale to this event as well, the way it's played out. We have such conflicting play styles as we have seen all tournament long. Nearly all of the battles between the players from, you would say, the prospect stage upwards have all been mech versus brain. We got that on show once again. Sen, like you say, Breezy, he's just not backing down as he is just trusting his mech and going full send. And we see Apples not interested at all. He's just
Even 1-1
lapping up
from.
every opportunity that comes his way. Is that 1-1? No, it isn't.
It did feel like that, didn't it? Because it's the first high scoring game that we had tonight, and it did feel like that. Oh, like you said, all the games previously were low scoring, and that game seemed like it lasted forever all of a sudden.
Yeah, there was just this weird passage in the middle there, wasn't there? Or close to the middle, where Apples just scored this massive flurry of goals. He scored 4 or 5 on the trot to really break it open. Sen did well to reel it back in, but I feel like Sen really controlled the momentum of the game. We've touched on a few times. Apples capitalizing on the opportunities he's given. That's going to be another goal to Apples. Well done off the kickoff. Efficient use of the resources on offer for Apples as he opens up an early lead.
Apples, 7 seconds in, finding that net. Which way will Sen go? It looks like Apples is going to be barreling through. Booms it down. Sen might have a great opportunity to shoot here. They do take it. Can they get the double? Yes, they can. Equalizing. 4 minutes 41. Sen does really well to collect this ball. Expecting a banger on target here. But regardless, Sen will find the read off the bounce. Of course, Sen won't let Apples run away with it this early into the match.
Really well done, stay cool, calm and collected with the open net miss on the first attempt, but red early air dribble cringe coming in from Sen. He looked like he was in a difficult spot to bring this ball around. I reckon that was why he decided to go the more route 1-1's work, because it was actually difficult to bring that ball back around from his initial pop. So he took the opportunity to send Apples packing.
Yeah, it's a big threat. It's a big threat when you bring that one to the table. That's a play that Apples will need to get set up for really early. You feel like if Apples was on the back wall there, ready for that, he would have had the save. Of course, it's not the only threat that Sen brings to the table. We go on the full field air dribble for Apples. Got the reset as well, but well met by Sen. Sen has the opening and will secure his third. First bit of real mechanical prowess we've seen from Apples, and he pays the price.
He didn't quite get the acceleration in the air, did he? Then the control that Sen has probably showed. I think Apples has obviously been reluctant to take it into the air as well, given how close Sen is constantly staying to the play. He's chasing Apples around the map, up the wall, even on one or less than one pad. Really
Bang.
Good one's brain from Apples, though. Sees Sen challenging early and gets the high flick over the top. Didn't even need to touch it again. It's where the one's pedigree comes in.
It's one of those where you don't, even if you don't see Sen challenging, you've got to flick it. As soon as you lose sight of Sen, you've got to flick it. And even a flick from there will force Sen's hand. He'll be forced to jump and make a save. The boost grab will be on offer. Be able to extend the attack. Apples again going for mech. The reset. Engaged. Top corner available. Sen does well to dive in the way. And it'll be a complete exchange of playstyles as Sen secures the easy one after Apples goes for mech once again.
I think he pulled the trigger a second too early there, Apples. We've seen Sen's goal line defense, and it is top shelf. So only a really strong shot close to the net is going to undo him here if he has boost and he is back on his own line.
Oh, beautiful delayed flick coming in from Sen there. Great save from Apples. The awareness there to cover that option. Sen firing again. Apples can't get it. He was in a good position as well. Wasn't the most threatening shot from Sen, but it's enough to get the job done.
Yeah.
Apples will be a little bit disappointed.
I think it was a misinput from Apples. I heard him double jump. I don't think that was his intention, to be honest. It really set him out of the play, even though it was a good angle from Sen.
Worked out marvelously for Apples. Closing the gap by any means necessary. We'll see them clash once again. The kickoff game is strong from both of these competitors in Apples and Sen. Apples taking possession. Insta challenge from Sen. He knows how dangerous Apples can be with their one's pedigree, as Breezy likes to say. But what will Apples do moving forward? Sen trying to drive that ball downfield. Apples taking it back to reset the play. Moving up, Sen just speeding to that play, looking for that double, but it bounces off the waterfall, coming down in Apples' favor. Apples taking their time, taking stock. Sen staying close to the play here. Apples trying to line up that flick. Gets a beauty. Great save coming from Sen. Back to the corner with Apples. The ball, Sen looking for that ego challenge. Straight off the ceiling. A full field coming through by Apples. Sen reads it really well. Apples grabbing the corner boost as the objective. How much boost does Sen have? One bean and a dream in this scenario. Back and forth they go.
Really good play from Apples, though. An extended play of possession from Apples, but Sen rides the wave well and does to Apples what Apples had done to him earlier. Flicks early, sees the early challenge coming in from Apples, and sends it over the top of his head with little problem. Again, we've seen a really solid defensive showing from Sen. Apples, no matter what he seems to be doing in Sen's half, in terms of manufacturing his own goals, Sen has been equal to the danger.
Dangerousness from Sen in many ways. Ends up giving the ball to Apples. Apples should score here. Going to be a 2-goal game. It's tightened up a little bit, hasn't it? We saw a real free-flowing contest in game number 2 early. There's about 7 goals on the board in the first 90 seconds, but the last few minutes have been dry. We see these little flurries where we see some heavy scoring. Who can take advantage of the next opportunity? Apples with a couple to get to break even here in game number 2 after securing game number 1 in what was a nail biter. Sen having no patience whatsoever, pushes straight through the challenge. Difficult play to make out of the corner here. Apples will take the ball surely. Traditional Sen just won't go away, will he? He just won't get off the ball. When he realizes there's not a lot of threat on his open net immediately, he will stick around. What's Apples got? The flip reset shot, goal! Finds the top of the net, and the gap closes once again. There's a little bit of wind in Apples' sails at the moment. The momentum with him here in game number 2. And they're dangerous times for Sen. He really needs to hang on here in game 2.
Yeah, that was much better from Apples. He waited and waited and waited to get the reset, didn't he? He drew until he drew Sen in, and to the point where he couldn't react to the shot quick enough anymore. Even Sen couldn't react to that. The air dribble cringe comes out. Apples, can he turn it back around? He has to. Oh, what a fake. The brain
disgusting Giga Brain move from Apples. Oh my. That is tragic for Sen.
It was well done by Apples, though. He knew how Sen had played this game and that he was going to dive at that ball. And Apples brings it back around again. As I say that, Sen will retake his lead very quickly. Apples in the lead for all of about 2 seconds.
Yeah, the cruelty of the game mode on show there. Apples works so hard to get back into this. He was 3 goals down not long ago. Drew even. And then the kickoff strikes. We haven't seen one of those in a while, but it goes to Sen. Very difficult not to say Zen for some reason.
Oh my!
He covered all bases there, didn't he? Had the reset available, saw the challenge from Sen, and absorbed it beautifully, didn't he?
Absolutely. Equalized at 52 seconds remaining. Will this come down to a kickoff goal? Not this time. Apples will take possession from their corner. Sen coming in close, trying to just harass Apples into an annoying spot. What will Apples do? Sen staying close once again. 25 boost to Sen. Apples has priority here, looking for that center boost. Sen tripping up Apples on the way through, grabbing the 100. Apples is now at a deficit. Great backwards flick coming from Apples. Able to grab the 100 in the corner. No double. Sen might have an open net. Yes, they do. 13 seconds remaining.
Apples will be upset with himself there. Threw himself at that ball. Wanted to probably roll it up the wall for himself, but it's a dangerous play because, as we saw, if he doesn't get it up the wall, it's an immediate goal for Sen. And now Apples needs a strong kickoff to stay in this. It's good to see, though, that it's remained free-flowing even in this second game.
Oh, he's hit a little bit too far there, Apples. You can see what he was going for. He's looking for the touch off the ceiling. Sen's not worried about the clock. He's going to go regardless and give Apples a chance. Apples' ball lands and Sen takes the game. He controlled it for the most part. There's just these waves of play where Apples scores heavily. But Sen did well enough to chip away and maintain the lead at the right time there. As the clock ticked down to 0, it became Sen's game, and we're locked at 1 game each. Could be a series for the ages, this one. It's a beauty to watch.
Sorry, taking a drink. Yeah, it's been super enjoyable. It's been so fast-paced as well and free-flowing. Like we said, we saw the Bathy series was super low-scoring for a ones encounter anyway, for a high-level ones encounter. Both players very much feeling themselves, like just feeling each other out. But this one is a little bit like that match, but on steroids, with Apples playing a similar game tactic to Bathy, but just a little bit on a higher level. They see a little bit quicker from Apples, and as a result, the goals are going both ways. But Sen, still the absolute monkey that he is, Apples will probably be really frustrated with how much he's just not leaving the play.
Absolutely. Just continually harassing Apples until Sen gets their way. Very, very tight matches. At the last moment, someone pulls ahead. It's really difficult to see who will come out on top, but Sen will find an equalizer in terms of games won. It's 1 apiece in this best of 5.
You're more than welcome, Rusty. More than welcome, mate.
Oh,
Absolute
what a shot from Apples. He gets the acceleration even without a reset here. That looked like a really, really cursed touch from him. This extra touch here just accelerates the ball past Sen.
Great way to start game 3 for Apples. First one on the board in style. Sen's kickoff looking good once again. Ball ends up in an awkward position in the corner. Difficult to convert from here. What has Sen got in store? Just looking to secure that corner boost here, I think. They're playing a bit of checkers over it here. It's going to go to Sen, but Apples will get the retaliation downfield. Sen sends it wide. Both players lock horns in the midfield here. Sen low on boost. Apples needs a touch. He gets a touch. The ball goes wide. The boost available for Sen. Can he continue the play? Draws a dangerous challenge with Apples here, who's sniffing around. The threat looming from Apples. Sen does well to steer the ball into a reasonably safe position. Able to get the boost. Should get the ball here as well. Apples recovery not great. Get boost again to Sen. Apples in a difficult position now. Sen asking plenty of questions. Apples has got all of the answers to this point. Dangerous touch from Sen. Apples has gone back for boosts. Big mistake. Not capitalized. The wager will pop.
Oh, no.
Oh, from Apple's perspective.
Oh, that is
It looked like he had
pain.
it.
He was so close. When he actually came off the top of the net too early, didn't he?
Oh, you could actually see the vision. No.
It looked like he had
Sen-
it from his perspective. It looked like he had timed that perfectly to send it out off the top of the Fennec. It wasn't to be. And it's an equalizer for Sen.
Well done. Capitalizes on a bit of a heavy Sen touch though there to retake the lead. Yeah, he came off the backboard a millisecond too early. The ball bounced in front of him, but he won't think about that too much now. Just think about the next play. That is what makes these players the level that they're at. Forget it, move on. We think about the next play.
Going to be another goal.
Oh,
to
shot.
Apples.
I actually didn't think that was going in.
These guys don't miss kickoff goals.
Such a
It just doesn't
fine
happen.
margin. Yeah. I'm starting to learn.
Turtle versus the winner.
3-1. Apples taking that possession. Oh, Sen will come flying
Jeez.
through. And deletes Apples from the play. That was incredibly done by Sen. He just comes out of nowhere, demos Apples. Just when you think Apples was controlling the flow of the game, Sen was said no.
Just up
Well
the
played.
aggression. Just when you thought there was no more aggression to be found, he manages to somehow lift the gear on the aggression. Really catches Apples off guard there. Good kickoff as well from Sen. Won't fire it first time. Apples is in a good position. Actually sends it well high, but forces Apples to jump. Sen will secure all of the boosts on the way back. Pads and all. Actually misses that back corner. Possibly trying to bait Apples into it. Was looking for that far corner. It's going to be Sen's ball. It's going to be doing well to get it, avoid the demo here. Apples will clear it out on the far side.
I'd be surprised
my.
that Sen was going to challenge that. He actually goes hyper aggressive on the wave dash, on the chain dash, on the wall. But Apples moving a little bit quicker, didn't he? It's one of those things where I think people kind of underestimate how close Sen is going to stay and how fast he's going to play. And he's made Apples move a little bit faster around the field. You can see it from him than he probably was in the first game.
But need a banger from Apples downfield. Slightly off target. Apples.
mistake.
Oh, Sen actually flips away from the ball. They must be kicking himself after not being able to sink that. It was a great opportunity for Sen to score and equal this up. Although 1 minute 40 remaining. It may not seem like a lot of time, but it is almost an eternity to these players. Sen doing
the
really
challenge.
well to hold himself in that blind spot in the pocket and flip it out of... He actually hid behind the ball. Well done. Equalized.
A really good challenge from Sen. You could see Apples was actually trying to waste a little bit of time. He took that dribble so slowly. Sen, I think I saw him a little wobble where he was thinking about going to Apples and challenging because of the way Apples was going about that play to try and bring down the clock, but measured his challenge really well in the end, caught Apples off guard to affect the lead, and now both players have it all to do. Still game 3, a minute left, and there's nothing separating them.
Yeah, you've seen the scoring really dry up, haven't we? As the series goes on, these games and these moments are going to become bigger and bigger for the players. Apples does well to recover here. Has the full field available. Sen enters shadow position. Challenges hard, of course he does. Can he get the touch he can? And puts Apples at bay for the time being. Well, Apple's going to use all of his boost here. Sen draws the challenge. Draw even in the end, but it's going to be Sen's ball at long last. 40 seconds remaining. This is a big game. The winner will be on double match point. The loser will have to do it the hard way. Sen fires from the angle. Apples was there on the back wall, and he knew the threat was coming, but he could not get into position quick enough. You see him turn inboard and see the threat, understands the risk, but just cannot close down the gap quick enough. Sen takes a lead. We're about to head into the final 30 seconds.
30 seconds left on the clock.
So harsh, but that is the margins that we are talking about here. Apples was millimeters away from the play. Like you said, he even saw it. He knew it was coming, and yet still was taken by surprise by the power of the shot from Sen and the angle.
Dangerous from Sen. He's actually got no boost now. Apples taken away. He's going to get one more opportunity before the time elapses. Sen's going to be out of the play. Apples has backed off. He's finally got close, but Sen does well to draw the challenge. It's going to be Sen's game, and he'll be a game up, and we'll have double match point in the grand final.
Sen just dismantling Apple's dribbles. He's done that a few times now consistently. He'll just hide in the pocket and just not move. As soon as Apples gets close enough, he will backflip and bicycle that ball off Apple's car in whichever direction, so long as Apples isn't able to flick. Really well done by Sen in these games. Such a small margin, as what was mentioned earlier. Incredible to see.
Yeah, we saw that early flick come from Apples, and we've not really seen it again, have we?
Yes.
Yes, he did win that one. Just Billy, I'm guessing. Billy. It was we saw the early flick come from him where he took the ball away from Sen, and then we've not really seen it since. I think with that last one, Apples can be forgiven. He was chasing a fast ball on 0 seconds, so it got away from him a little bit too much. But yeah, Sen's done really well, as he has done every game with his challenges.
This could be the final, or will Apples take it to game number 5? Take it away, Riz.
Yes, things are tightening up very quick for Apples. Does well to save this. Sen will fire. Sen will score. And he'll secure the first goal. Apples came in at the top of the tree. Sen, in the original bracket, was at the bottom end of the elite group. And what a statement he's making here in game number 4. In the series in general, I mean to say. Took down Bathy. And is pushing it right to the end against one of the best players the region has to offer in the game mode. There's the early lead here. It's a big boost grab. Apples takes it. Apples eliminates. Not mecking around. Is that a statement from Apples? Bit of aggression early. And secures the equalizer.
Read Sen's play so well there. Sen was looking for Apples to hit the ball back into him. You see him sitting behind the ball there. Apples read it from a mile away and just yeeted Sen out of the server.
Games by Dan. Welcome. Thank you for the resub. The resub. 4 months strong.
Yeah, legend. Games by Dan. One of Riz's originals.
Welcome, Daniil. Welcome. We're doing good, man. We're enjoying the show. Grueling contest between Sen and Apples. Good shot from Apples going to get back to this. No, I don't think he is. Sen's found his third. And Apples really need to start this game well. It's Sen who has the upper hand early. 3 goals within the first minute.
We've seen Apples climb, and we've seen Sen do the same. This 2-goal deficit means nothing to these players. Sen trying to get it past Apples here, grabbing that pad. These pads are a lifesaver for Sen here. Apples, an extremely aggressive challenge. Very fast. Apples looking for that demo, not able to find it. Sen will get the bump and all the boost. Actual Dyson on the boost here. Sen does really well to deny Apples, and Apples wanted that boost on the way through. Sen playing games. You see Sen move his camera to the right to look at Apples and then slows down the play just to put it in their face. Mind games are in effect.
Yeah, Sen not messing around, but we have seen Apples dig himself out of this hole in the past. We'll have to see if he does it again. Sen, though, has looked pretty flawless up to this point, but a demo play, a really good read from Apples earlier on in the game. He does well though here. He recognized a low boost Sen and just popped it over the top of him. I think you saw a little twitch there that he was going to go for a reset, and then realizing Sen still hadn't jumped, that he just popped the ball over the top of him.
Great vision from Apples. You saw the little pre-jump from Sen earlier. The fake jump. Apples not having any of it. Good finish in the end. Plenty of time left in the contest. Sen turns early for this one. Doesn't work out. Apples will secure the corner boost. Apples still respects that Sen's going to hang around, as he has done all series long. It actually costs him a goal in the end. If he had stuck around there, Sen had no boost. Apple's so used to Sen staying close to the play and not giving up possession at all. Paying dividends here. He has his 5th. How good has Sen been?
Sharp. Very, very sharp. So many things in effect. Sen has been playing so well, as Apples has. Also, Apple's playing extremely well in their own right. It's just such a small margin. Sen just walking away with these last second victories. We're moving in to the mid game here in game number 4. Apples trying to find that net.
What a save.
Denied. Excellent save from Sen. Will they be able to find the net? No, they play for the boost. Get the high pop. Apples very low here. Sen taking all the boost. So much boost possession here from Sen, playing really well. Your standard 1v1 tactic of denying your opponent any resources. Apples coming through with the fakes on fakes.
Yeah.
Sen reading everything.
Frustrating experience this for Apples at the moment. Sen just able to intercept everything. You see Apples just waiting the opportunities to appear, but they just aren't. Sen's in control of every play, even in defense. The 360s on shows. We've seen the edge will bump. The threat present. Misses out. It'll be Apple's ball. It'll be Apple's boost. He'll get one chance to transition, and the ball awkward off the wall. Sen with the early challenge. Just too early. And the extra touch from Apples is good enough. It's a really important goal, isn't it? He really needed it to bring some life back into this contest and to close the gap at the critical time. It's been so hard for him to find goals. 90 seconds remaining. Game number 4. The entire tournament on the line. What has Apples got?
I think he's got some apples
here. Sen still gonna win it out though. Dangerous one for Apples here. Sen's giving it up though. Not quite enough though. Apples wanted to really get around his own touch there. Oh, what a demo though, and Apples is gonna score. Really giga brain.
Stand and applaud.
Giga brain play from Apples.
Simple as that. There's nothing
He
easier than a
forced him to
1v0.
own goal. That's so toxic.
Didn't go for the. It
What
didn't
a
even
play.
look like he was gonna go for the ball.
What a play. Apples.
Straight out of the Nobbo handbook.
Yes. Just like that, we're back. Facts, not facts. Frog.
Trying to draw Sen in here to a bad challenge with him knowing he's on low boost. Apples has all the cards, but Sen doing what he's done really well, which is, even when he's on low boost, putting the ball in an awkward spot for Apples to get to, but Apples a little too enthusiastic at times to get to a ball that he thinks Sen has not got to, and Sen has surprised him a lot of the times, like he did with the Bathy game, that he actually still could affect another touch.
30 seconds left on the clock.
Desperate for a goal here, Apples, isn't he? Big
He's got
opening.
it.
I think he
Yes,
might have
another
found it.
community has.
Equalised.
Apples does well enough. God, it's a grueling challenge. He's had to chip away all game long at the deficit, but he's
what a play.
finally bridged the gap.
Apples did so well to just keep that mental strong, and he found his way back on the board. Such a tight contest. This is extremely well done. It's exactly what you'd expect from this caliber of player. But Sen will sneak away. He's done this a few times. Sen right at the end will just find that net and just run away with the win. Apples will have one chance for a Hail Mary to bring this back.
I have to see if he finds it. He goes for the delay. I like the idea. The delay could give him an instant goal if it works out for him, but it doesn't. It does give him possession, however, though. Sen, the one on the back foot. Apples flicks early. He's got it over the top.
2 seconds on the clock.
And Sen in the quick chat has gone off his mind.
Sen just punched his keyboard.
Oh, he's so disappointed. It wasn't even a seriously threatening play from Apples. He was in a good position, but Sen was also in a great position to make the save, and all he needed to do was make one save, and he would have had the game. We're back into overtime. It's 6 apiece. Apples has done it. He's got back into the contest. Can he send us to game number 5? Sen will take the first possession.
He's going to end this with a bang, Sen, if he can. You see him, try and pop the ball up. Well done to get back to it, though. Again, Apple's frustrated, probably, by the fact that that looked like it was free.
Oh, it's over. He used too much boost.
It, and Apples
Sen
is
used
going
too
to take
much
us to game
boost.
5.
Oh, Sen! Oh, yeah, he just used too much boost on that play. He wanted to look cool. He wanted to feel good. And in the end, Apples is the one who is smiling. Apples, extremely well done. What a comeback. Oh, my. You'd love to see it.
Too many tricks. too many tricks. That's not something I thought I'd ever see you say, Lozzie.
Lawsy. Too many tricks.
There's no such thing.
That's coming from Mr. Tricks himself. So it's got to mean something.
Gary does tricks. Well done, though. I can see what he was after. He wanted the scoop from that weird one where you drag I don't even know what you call it. You drag your nose on the bottom and it scoops your car up, and didn't quite get it at the end. Apples very much wanted to capitalize on any slight mistake from Sen, and as he has done a lot of the other games, does just that. Again, so even between the two players, even though you'd say Sen is probably still slightly dictating the pace, Apples is very much staying in the contest.
It was such a grind, wasn't it? It was such a challenging watching Apples come back all that way. I think he drew 5-all, 6-all or something, and then Sen with the kickoff goal to break away again. And then Apples just finds it with 2 seconds remaining. What a game 4 was. One for the ages. What has game 5 got in store? Such a thrilling battle between these two players. Massively conflicting play styles, both just as effective as each other, as we're still none the wiser who will be the victor of Full Tilt Edition 3.
To the death.
Sen is the one who draws first blood in game 5. Apples just misses out on, he wanted a touch on the ball or Sen something, and that Sen throws it down the field.
I pressed circle too many times with my controller. Lel.
Go back, go do another roundabout.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Come back. Oh, what a save
from Apples.
Also, Jebla, welcome.
Who's your money on, Breezy?
Oh, tough. I think it's got to go with Sen. I think Sen has the initiative, even with it being even. Seen a good amount of him. It's just whether he reins himself in to take the victory if he does pull ahead. Reins his mechanical brain in check and just takes the win for what it is. If he does manage to get himself into that position, of course.
Thank you.
A heavy challenge. Oh, it's another heavy challenge. Apples can't quite find the acceleration to score on this occasion. Sen will be a little bit disappointed with the way game 4 ended up, but he started with fire here in game number 5 once again.
Oh
Just
my.
remains a threat. He's just never out of it, is he? Refuses to go away. He's going to secure the boost, but he's been killed for his trouble.
Yeah, I'm surprised Apples hasn't really. I'm surprised Apples hasn't seen that coming a little bit better by now. Honestly, like it's something that Sen's done a lot when and Apples seems to still be drawn into it every so often to thinking Sen is done, but when he's still close to the ball, close enough that he could theoretically get a touch. It's just that Apples is thinking whether it's theory or not, he shouldn't be getting another touch, and Sen has surprised him a lot of the time.
That's a big mistake from
Speaking
Sen. It's
of
one
surprise.
of the easiest goals Apples will score, and it's the equalizer. We've lost 2 minutes off the clock already.
Now, Sen will not be happy about that. That is for sure. Sen playing such a tight game. Apples needing to pull out every single weapon in their arsenal. And Sen giving it away in game number 5 for the equalizer. Which way will this go? Apples
shot.
will get caught out.
Sure.
Those shots coming from Sen have been so consistent. He's done so well on these super tight angles. And Apples just that much, that close to it, not able to save it.
Yeah, it's the narrowest of margins, isn't it? It's so close between the two of them. Sen showing off his speed again, but Apples still beats him to it.
Oh, he's
But
missed.
he's not going to be able to bring this one. This is going to be such a difficult one to bring on target. And Sen, yeah, he's not really. He's been so comfortable on zero boost that he makes that play work for him. But really good flick from Apples to bring himself back into it. And this time, game 5 and everything on the line. I don't think we've seen a different playstyle from either player. It's just that this time, with everything on the line, a much lower scoring game with half of the time gone on the clock.
I think every game to this point, we've seen big periods of momentum for either player. We haven't seen anything of the sort yet in game 5. They're exchanging blows here. Sen with a chance on the ball. Late flip here. Well done by Apples. Keeps it out, but he's recovered inside his post. Sen, that's not the best takeoff. I'm not sure what he's got in mind for this. He needs the reset to bring it around on target. Gets it. It's not the strongest touch. Apples will take the boosts. And Apples should be able to take control of the play.
Heavy touch though. Slow Apples down, maybe long enough for Sen to recover. But no, you can hear him chain dashing around, but Apples just takes his time. Cool, calm and collected. And just sees Sen away before exacting his shot on target.
I think the chain dash didn't do Sen any favors there.
It's so hard to control. Like he seems very good at it. He's really consistent at it. But like for anyone who's tried it, like especially me, who's a complete novice at it and can't do it to anywhere near his level, but can chain a few together, it's so hard to control your speed because it feels like every dash commits you to a certain amount of speed boost. But it's hard to know how many you should chain together before you need to stop. Apple's just running through the back of Sen with little care or consideration.
Oh, that
Fires
might
the flick high.
And here comes Sen. Gets the bump.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
When all else fails, yield faithful.
The cringe. W. Facts. Frog knows.
Nothing cringe about it. Oh, it's a good kick off for Sen. Apples isn't going to get there.
Magnificent goal.
Starting to open up a little bit.
Bonk. Love it, Grimsy.
Very much. Apples will be hoping for a strong kickoff to exact vengeance, bring this back to level terms.
It's
Just get a good enough one, but Sen, as always, is an absolute pest.
Should take possession here, Apples. I think he thought Sen was going to go for the mid boost there. He doesn't. He actually goes back.
What a play!
Intercepts the early shot from Apples there. Again, you see how close Sen plays to the ball, and it's going to cost him here. Surely he's gonna get past. He does.
Absolutely magnificent goal!
They're going blow for blow. We haven't seen a greater than 1 goal lead at all in game number 5 here. There is nothing between the players at the moment, as there hasn't been all series long. They've all been close games. Game number 5 is no exception. 40 seconds remaining, 4 apiece. Who will stand up and take the crown of Full Tilt 3 champion?
So tough to say. It was really smart play from Apples. Again, Sen stays close to the play. Again, his speed gets him away from Apples to score his 5th and take another 1 goal lead. Apples' previous plays was so smart just to accelerate, get alongside Sen and stop any form of a challenge, but Sen retakes the lead. There's 26 seconds left. Massive kickoff again for Apples as he stares down the barrel.
How does Sen play this? He has the lead. He had the lead last game as well. Apples took it away in the dying moments. Apples has recovered with 0 boost here. Sen took the corner. Sen shoots the shot on target. What can Apples do? Again, it's going to have to be a last-minute play to draw an equaliser. Sen gives it to him. Apples has control. He's let it drop.
Oh, it's dropped.
Oh no, he wanted another touch. He
Really
wanted
well
just
played.
one more.
Really, really well played. Sen and Apples took it right to the brink. But we have our crowned Full Tilt 3 champion in Sen.
What an absolute massive series. I thoroughly enjoyed the introduction of Sen and the ever greatness of Apples.
Why isn't my chat working?
That's all
you
right.
could-
They're only bagging you out anyway.
You could see what Apples was going for on that last play. He wanted that ball. He wanted to hit it on the half volley and catch Sen off guard. He knew Sen would be close, as he has been all series long. Stayed real close. Apples wasn't interested in collecting it. He knew he'd get challenged. He wanted to hit the ball on the half volley, but the clock was unkind. It did look like there was that little bit of breathing room possibly in the timer. It was one of those ones you didn't know if the game would end when it hit the ground. It was just unfortunate that it did. And that is how it goes. Well played by Sen.
Yeah, really well done. Really good introduction as well. Like we said, we didn't really know where to put him. Didn't know much about him. A player who doesn't grind the game like he used to. What a entrance that he made into the series.
Indeed. Such an incredibly well fought battle between Apples and Sen. It's really great to see Sen on the field to show us what they could do. And apparently they can take the crown. Beautifully done. Full Tilt 3 has come to a close. Breezy, Rizza, thank you both.
Yeah, thanks, mate. And thank you to both of you for doing basically, all of the organizational work. Riz to thank for the graphics as usual. Really enjoyed the overlays and the layout for this one. As usual, your time and effort is much appreciated. And Rosh for helping out with all of the organizational stuff and the bulk of the actual streaming work with your mammoth setup, despite the hiccups over the last week with the rearrangement. It's been much appreciated.
Rosh's internet, MVP, as always. Thank you both, gentlemen. It wouldn't be possible without you guys. You do outstanding work. It's been very much a pleasure. What did you miss, Cry? Well, you missed the entire thing, I would like to point out.
Oh, yeah, and don't forget, guys, the Friday tournament has been moved to Saturday, and if I'm not mistaken, Rosh, there are still plenty of spots to go around.
Yes, sir. Sign up. Come hither. More.
casual drop shot tournament happening this Saturday. For those of you who want to sign up, it will be
Good job.
hosted by Dementor and Rosh, I believe, unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah.
Indeed. For a recap, tonight we saw Bathy take on Sen. We weren't sure what we were going to get from Sen. We have not seen him appear in one of these events at all. And he took down Bathy in a forfeit in the end, and then came head to head with Apples on Anxiety. It was a real battle of the new versus old firm.
He's
Apples,
beginning to believe.
one of the highest ranked players in the 1v1 scene in the region currently, has been for the last couple of seasons, up against Sen, the old firm who used to hold the crown back in the day. Season 3, 4, 5, 6 of Free Play were his highlights. He has come back and made a big statement. Outstanding performance from Sen. We saw the 360s. We saw the dub. He is the Full Tilt 3 champion. What do you make of it, gentlemen?
Just an excellent showing. It was so entertaining to watch, wasn't he? Like he said, he came into the chat here and he said the amount of trolling, but I'd honestly say that that's probably just what he, probably just how he goes about his game. Try and be unpredictable. Try and be fast. Stay close to the play. Be a giant pain in the ass. Try and get your opponent to back off more than you're doing the backing off, and it paid out for him in the end. Even though he might be out of the game a little bit, he like out of the grind of the game, he still very much had a lot to show for.
Incredible games throughout the entire series of Full Tilt as well. Brilliant to be a part of. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Congratulations to Sen.
Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, cheers, guys. We'll probably sign off and see you in the next one. I don't think we've got anything else. Yep, we'll probably sign off and see you in the next one.
Thank you all for coming. Appreciate your time. Thanks for supporting the content. I hope you enjoyed Full Tilt as much as I did. Thank you, Breezy and Rizza, for all of your efforts. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.